with some crazy around my neck.
Hey guys, today I'm back with another video. Woo! I don't know what kind of makeup I'm gonna do but I'm actually so happy today. I'm in such a great mood because first of all, it's been so freaking annoying seeing the weather and all you see is the freaking sun, blue skies. It's just so freaking annoying. Every day you wake up and it's sunny, birds are chirping. Why is it not raining? Why am I not getting the rain? Every day is the same thing. It's so annoying. Like on some real shit, it's so annoying. So I'm just gonna start with the foundation. Pretty much put it. Now I'm gonna blend this out with my finger. The other day I went for a run and I went to go take my dog out for a walk. Shame. He was so freaking excited. It was so cute. You know when everything your dog does is just so freaking cute. Oh, I can't deal. Just thinking about him makes me want to go squeeze him. Yeah, so I went and I took my dog out for a walk and I came across, we didn't bump into each other because I was on the other side of the streets, you know, because you want to avoid coming into contact with people, first of all, because of the virus, and also because, like, my dog kind of gets aggy around people sometimes. So as I'm running, um, I hear undies, and I'm like, hmm? And when I look, it's this girl that I used to go to school with, um, and we were pretty close friends in primary school and in high school. And obviously I was so happy to see her because we live in the same neighborhood, but I don't know why we haven't visited each other when we literally live in the same neighborhood, and she's moved in like pretty much super duper close to me. So I was obviously so happy to see her, but we didn't really get to talk because obviously we were running and my mom was getting further ahead. And also because I have my dog with me. So it brought me back to like my high school and primary days. Like, first of all, like I don't have a problem with this person, but it just made me think about, also because my mom and I had been discussing like the whole friend thing, and every day, at least every once in a day, I think about how, like, you know when your parents are right about things and you only realize like way afterwards. Like, I know some people obviously have great friendships and meaningful friendships, but it just reminded me like of a time when I wasn't talking to my best friend because of something that just really upset me. And my mom was like, you know, sometimes you outgrow people and that kind of thing. And sometimes you guys are just meant to be friends for a certain amount of time. I'm getting carried away. But basically, okay, let me start again. You know this kind of girl, like we're still cool and we talk to each other here and there. But obviously things aren't the same as they used to be. But I feel like if we were to meet, we could always like pick up and reminisce on like our primary school days and high school days. But it just made me think, like, I remember when in primary school, she always used to complain to me about this girl. We'll name her A number 2. So there's A number 1, no, there's A number 0, A number 1, and A number 2. So we'll name her A number one, because A number one I met in grade one, and then A number two is the girl that I saw while I was going out for a run. So, and then A number R is a girl that I became friends with in preschool, and we went to the same boarding school, if you could call it that. Was it even a freaking boarding school? Bruh, that place was fucking horrible. Yo, oh my gosh. It was horrible. So I ended up being in this one group, and there was also like other people that were in the group with us back in primary school. And also we went to the same aftercare and all those things. So it got to a point where A number one, for some reason, like she was the first person that I became really close friends with at that particular school. And we were in the same class, and we even like have a picture that I still have of us together. And A number two and I only became friends when we got to grade two. So A number one and I were like really tight, and after a while she just started getting really weird. And I just never understood what it was. Like she would get so weird with me, and I'd be like, what the hell? Like, I thought we was besties, girl. What's going on? And so what ended up happening was, like, our friendship was very confusing. Even to this day, I'm a little puzzled with the kind of friendship that we had. Um, and so her, A number one and A number two became friends and became really close and whatever. And A number two would complain to me about how A number one was treating her, and I'd be like, girl, like, let's just stop hanging out with her. We could just hang out with us two, because this ain't it. And she'd be like, no. She'd be like, no, like, I don't want to break away from the group because I'm still friends with so and so and so and so. And I think that's the problem. Even to this very day, I don't like being in huge groups. Like, I don't like being a squad or things like that. Like, I can never break away from the group because I'm still friends with so and so and so and so. And I think that's the problem. Even to this very day, I don't like being in huge groups. Like, I don't like being a squad or things like that. Like, I can never really say that I've been in a squad. Like, we was all like mobbing and thick as thieves type. No. I've never had that in my whole entire life. But I think it's nice. Like, if you have it, I think that's really, really super cool. Like, good for you. But I've never really had that, simply because people really do get weird. And so, like, she would always end up being friends with them. Like, it would always be the same thing. Like, her complaining about A number one and all that stuff. And so A number two, like, yeah, and so obviously, like, after some time, I befriended this one girl, and I became close with her. But A number two and I still remained friends. It's just that we were really different, and that outlook on things was just really different. Fast forward, we get to high school, and we were really, really close, but because of our differences, she had her own set of friends and I had my own set of friends. And me being the shy, timid person that I was, it was really hard for me to adjust with like making friends in high school, especially because in primary school I had one best friend. Like, A number two and A number zero were my friends, but because they were in the squad with A number one, and I just didn't like mix well with those girls. I didn't really hang with them like that. I didn't really hang with them like that. Like, I would hang with them until my best friend came to school. So when I got to high school, like, A number two basically um like made her group of friends, and I guess, I mean, she did try to introduce me to them and not really kind of like make me friends with them, but kind of so that I wouldn't be alone because we always used to go home together and that kind of thing. So I would wait for her after school and that and those kind of things. And obviously, like, her friends just didn't like me. And in high school, it was so weird. Like, these girls just never liked me. And it was so weird because I'm coming from primary school. I don't know any of these girls. And I'm not like one of those girls with the shits that was popping out and about. You know, like, I was just a girl that just went to school, went home, read her books, that kind of thing. And I just never gelled very well with those girls. But obviously, like, I found my group of people, even though it really did feel weird for me. Um, yeah. But anyways, so these girls never really liked me, and I could just see it. Like, I could get those vibes that they just didn't like me. So I didn't really like being around them. And eventually, A number two started dating this one guy, and she was friends with this girl. We'll name her Z. And this girl Z was friends with this other girl, P and N. And they were kind of like a squad type of thing, all four of them. But you could tell that A number two was the outcast in that squad. And so then, um, what ended up happening was A number two's boyfriend started flirting with this girl N. And now because N, P, and Z are all a squad, it obviously became very awkward for A number two. Um, because you know they were all tight, and you could just tell like she was an outcast. And so N started dating what's this? N number two's I mean A number two's boyfriend, and things obviously got weird. But A number two is not really a confrontational person, like, and so for her, I guess she really was in a tricky situation because her friends are super tight and are like busy with In. And then like N became extremely hostile towards A number two, which is weird because it's like, girl, first of all, you're obviously dating someone knowing that they were dating your friend. But now you want to be weird with that girl. And obviously me being, I just realized this thing stopped recording. But yeah, where was I? Basically, I was talking about A number two and how she became friends with us and basically kind of mixed in the group with us because she felt very like excluded and just like she felt animosity towards her from her supposed friends now that the one girl was dating her ex-boyfriend. So then Zayt one day is like, why? Where were you when this and this was going on? And I was like, first of all, girl, like, where were you when my friend needed you and you guys are supposed to be best friends and you are not being a good friend to her? That's why she's hanging out with me, duh. And this girl was like, well, I didn't say that to her. That's what I thought. And what really bothered me the most was A number two just didn't even say anything. Like, she just kept quiet. And it's like, girl, like, you used to cry to me about your friends doing your grime. And here, your friend right now is talking about where was you. When, like, how could you say that? And how could you let her say that? But then I was like, you know what? Maybe she's in a tough situation and she doesn't really want to get involved or speak on it. Fast forward grade 11, I fall out with my best friend. And obviously I confide in A number two about it because we've been friends for so long. And I would expect her to understand where I was coming from. But I guess Gail got like super comfortable and super content in our group, which is obviously not a bad thing. It's rather a good thing. But it's like she sided with him. And they would literally be two peas in a pod hanging out together all the time. And I was like, oh, boo. Because I know my best friend. Like, my best friend did not really like her. And when we stopped being friends, I don't know why, for some reason, they just became super close. So it was just really weird to me. And I knew why he was like super close with her because obviously him and I were beefing, and maybe it was to spite me a bit. Who knows? But with her, I was so confused because it's like you and I have a history. We've been friends for so many years. I would expect you to have my back on this. No. And obviously, I didn't say these things to her, but it was just the way she just immediately sided with him and just became his buddy buddy when my best friend used to talk smack about her. Anyways, and the reason why I'm saying this is because it's just crazy to me how you can have somebody's back and they won't give you the same energy. Where was I? Yeah, so that just really bothered me because it's like, girl, all these years, all I've ever done is have your back, and you would always ditch me for people that never gave two fucks about you. And that just, I still to this very day, like I just don't understand. Um, but I mean, it was never really that much of a big deal because I really did value our friendship, and I honestly don't have any sort of animosity towards her or anything like that till this day. But every time I think about it, I'm just like, damn, like, shit. Have you ever come across people like that that just like always ditch you, the loyal friend that always has their back and always comes through for them, for people that always are gonna do them so freaking dirty? Anyways, which brings me back to what I wanted to say at the beginning. Like, if anyone has ever had friends that have come and gone, it's me. It's definitely me. I remember in high school as well, I had this friend, and I knew deep down that after high school, our friendship wouldn't survive. I just knew it. And as time went by, I just really felt this way because I used to confide in this girl about things, and she had this friend that really hated me. Like, she had this friend that didn't like me because we had become really close. Which didn't make sense to me because it's like, yeah, we had become close, but I also had my own best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, chill out, relax. Why you hating me because your best friend not? Oh, also she was a really shitty friend. They were both shitty friends to each other, to be honest. But anyways, like, and I remember like this girl, she would tell my business to her friends that did not like me. And I just never understood that. And she would come tell me like so and so said this and this about you, and I would be so confused because it's like the only person that knows about that and would share that with anybody, and the only way this news could get to this person is through you. Why does this girl that does not like me know this and that about me when I'm not friends with her? Obviously you told her. But I would keep quiet because like I knew over high school I was not gonna be friends with this girl. I just knew it. But I say this to say, like, if there's anything in this world that is as fickle as friendships, like, I don't know anything that is as fickle as friendships, like, other than friendships. And it's just so crazy to me. I obviously have those friendships that I value and hold dear to me, but I've come to the point where I'm just like, if people go, they freaking go. Because who said they must go in the first place? But it's also just like the way people fold in certain situations that just really just puts me off. Like that's honestly something that I really don't like. Like if you're that kind of person that just switches up in any situation, I definitely don't want any ties to you. Which is why I honestly don't have any interest to make friends. And if I do, it won't be that serious. Like, it really won't. That was a little story time. Have any of you guys like had the same thing? Now I'm just doing eyeshadow. Nothing much, honestly. Just gonna do a soft smoky eye and then get done with it. Since it's autumn, only now has it actually begun to feel like autumn. Like for the past couple of weeks, like you can feel that it's getting cold now. It's finally feeling like autumn. Like it just makes me so happy seeing these gray clouds. But you don't understand. Living in Durban is just honestly such a hack. Because all you see is sun. You wake up, it's sun. It's sun. Every day it's sun. Like, you never really get the full winter experience. I want to go somewhere where it's snowing, where it's cold, where it's raining, where the weather is always miserable. I don't understand people are like, the weather is so bad today. Look outside, it's snowing. What's bad? Do you guys know what's bad? When you have rain, when you have no rain for like weeks. It legit hasn't rained here in Durban in at least 2 weeks, maybe even more. If I'm keeping it a buck, I feel like I just made myself look ugly F. Like I look ugly and I feel ugly. Maybe it's because of my head. My head is really big and it's probably because my hair isn't done. Let's do my lips, okay? Let's just worry about one thing at a time. The color, and I love the smell. I know my shirt is not matching my bandana, but I can't deal. Like, it's so hard reaching into things in my cupboard because of space. I don't even know how to explain this to you without like taking 5 minutes to do so. But yeah, this is basically the finished look and this is how I look. I think I feel better taking off the jacket and just wearing it like this because I was feeling really shitty looking at myself in the mirror. Like I was just like, don't you look ugly? Literally. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning into my video. Yeah, my titties are like getting quite big and I'm getting hyped. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning into my video. I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna try to upload more, but I just don't know what to do. Like, I just feel so uninspired, and I was looking at my makeup and I was like, it's actually looking really good. I didn't go in with any like powders. I just used like a cream white eyeshadow to set the concealer. So I've been looking a little glowy or whatever because I didn't really set my skin. Also because it's winter now and I just don't want to be looking powdery, especially with my dry skin. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time and I'll have more like stories about friendships and all of that. Bye.